Due to all the infighting on Trump's legal team, Trump's top attorney quits. This is hilarious.
Your reaction to Parlatore's resignation?
I think it's an unfortunate one for the former president, Alicia, and here's why. Tim Parlatore is a successful criminal defense attorney. It seems as if we know he's given testimony to the grand jury. Whether he did that because of a subpoena or whether he did that voluntarily, we don't know. But he's pointing fingers. So while he says he's confident that President Trump won't be indicted, at the same time, he's pointing fingers at Boris Epshteyn, who's sort of playing the role of a coordinating counsel or lawyer among all the president's other lawyers. That, coupled with the fact that Evan Corcoran, who has also been on the president's legal team as of late, has had to recuse himself from one of the Mar-a-Lago investigations, that means that Trump has an increasingly dwindling pile of lawyers from which to draw for increasingly serious investigations at the federal level.
You reference this, but of course you have Parlatore saying that he doesn't think that Trump is going to be indicted in either of the special counsel cases. I mean, this is a man who's still saying, I would work for Donald Trump again, right? So I'm not sure how much weight to put in that analysis.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trump doesn't get in trouble for the documents case. Somewhere, some way, Trump is going to get away with a lot of his crimes.
Put a ton of weight on that analysis for a variety of reasons. But let's start with the fact that Evan Corcoran had a ruling that he had to testify before a grand jury because of the crime fraud exception. That's when a federal court says you lawyer, have been used as an instrument of a potential fraud by your client. That means that a federal judge has already seen evidence that you and I haven't seen and decided that Trump has done something that is likely criminal by using Evan Corcoran as his pawn or his instrument. That makes me think that there is some criminal conduct here and that Tim Parlatore is wishfully thinking.
The other big news, I think, Trump CFO Allen Weisselberg potentially facing prison time for perjury. What do you think the Manhattan DA is trying to do here?
I think the Manhattan DA is trying to get Weisselberg to cooperate, which is not something that he did to the Manhattan DA's full satisfaction after the Trump Organization indictment. We all know he pled guilty to certain tax fraud charges. Then he testified in the trial of the Trump Organization itself, and that organization was criminally convicted. Allen Weisselberg went to prison for 4.5 months. He's now out. He has new representation, and the DA's office has already threatened Allen Weisselberg with insurance fraud charges. That doesn't seem to have gotten them where they want to go in terms of turning Allen Weisselberg into a cooperator. And so they've now upped the ante to remind him that they could charge him with perjury, too, in connection with a 2020 interview that he gave to the Attorney General's office.